Last year, we introduced the Civic Si Coupe concept right here in Chicago, well before launching the production vehicles of the Coupe, Sedan, Hybrid, and Si. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to now introduce our newest Civic Si concept.
Jeff Palmer here in Chicago once again with John Mendel. It's only been a year ago since we first met John, and he brought us some good news then. We've got some more good news now. Civic Si, once again, is the topic. This time we're getting a four-door. What can you tell us about that, John?
Well, we're pretty excited. We think it's a logical extension for Si, as long as it stays true to the heritage of what Si is about. And it's about performance and handling and emotion. And I think this car delivers that.
To that extent, you say performance and handling. Is it safe to assume we're going to be seeing pretty much what we've seen on the Si Coupe?
Yeah.
Is there anything going to be watered down? There's a lot of people kind of worried that Sedan is going to be kind of a watered down version.
No, in fact, same powertrain, same transmission. So 197 horse, 6-speed, limited slip. We've even gone to great pains to make sure that rather than just transfer components for suspension, we actually tune the suspension to handle more like the Coupe. Obviously, wheelbase a little bit longer on the four-door, so we've done played a little magic there. So it's got the true Si feel to it.
All right, that sounds great.
And sound.
And sound. Okay,
yeah,
you didn't. I was about to say
no.
that's my next question. You didn't mess with the intake tract at all, right? Or the exhaust. Very true to form.
Right.
Good.
Yep.
Now, this is not anything that really interests me, but I have seen people wondering if there's going to be an automatic offered, and that would personally, I think, go against the spirit of the Si. But there are people asking if they'll be able to get this with a
no automatic.
No automatic.
No,
okay,
no.
So that settles that one.
Si is not automatic.
Right. Okay. Going forward, the Si we have a sedan, but in the present, the current Coupe just went on sale in December, and obviously a lot of interest, a lot of demand for that car. And one thing I've noticed in keeping track of the conversations of people trying to buy them is they can't get models with the navigation system. What is the situation there? I've heard several stories of people calling the 800 Honda number, other stories coming from dealers. What does John Mendel say about that?
Yeah, I mean, we're really capacity constrained right now from a supplier standpoint on navigation. It's down to kind of a dozen a day in terms of that. We expect that to start to free up in the next couple of months, but the take on navigation has been really far greater than we really anticipated. That coupled with a little bit of a supplier shortage has kind of exacerbated that problem. So I would expect in the next couple of months we'll start to see that free up a little bit, but it's not going to free up a lot.
Okay, so there hasn't been a stop on builds of Navi models.
No.
But there's a rumor floating around that there's been a stop and cancellation of orders. You just have a backlog of orders.
We've got a backlog of Navi orders, and I know some dealers have chosen to change the vehicles to non-Navi in order to get an Si.
Okay.
But we haven't stopped. It's just minuscule production.
Maybe you're conservatively undershot the demand.
We did. I think that we probably undershot it, and plus we've had some supplier just shortages. So I think it's compounded in addition to really undercalling a little bit to just not being able to deliver what customers wanted.
So for the sedan, are you guys going to maybe rake up the estimates a little bit?
Well, our plan is to be able to fulfill customer demand on the Coupe and the sedan in terms of Navi going forward. That'll take some time. This is going to be later in the fall, and by that time, hopefully, the Navi issue works itself out.
The Si brand, as we spoke about a year ago, we asked directly if you had plans to expand it to a four-door, which I guess you've been listening a little bit to what people have been asking for. But what about other vehicles such as the Accord or even the Odyssey, as I mentioned? I know that's kind of out there, but there are people that have a stable of sporty cars and wouldn't mind having like a family, even more family oriented than a Civic sedan.
We've even had, quite honestly, I've had requests for an Element Si. I mean, the one great thing about Honda, and it may not seem like it to every enthusiast out there, but as companies go, Honda listens more to its customers than anybody. And this was not just a think tank project where somebody was laying around one night and said, hey, let's build a four-door. As long as we stay true to what Si is about and not try to badge engineer something as, well, let's take something that's normal and just call it an SI with some go faster trim on it or something. It's got to be truly about performance. Then we'll look at any possibility. As long as we can deliver that spirit through the product, I wouldn't take anything off the table.
Beyond SI, we asked you this a year ago, is there possibly another level above that where, perhaps a limited edition model of anything, Fit, Civic, whatever? Are you guys still keeping those possibilities on the table?
Yeah, I think those possibilities still exist. As you know, Fit is pretty tuned outside of the U.S. market. In Japan, a huge number of vehicles and superchargers and all that kind of stuff on them. While I don't know as you'll ever see Honda probably give you a supercharger kit, I think it's very possible that in the future we would look at different performance aspects of vehicles. We do it across Acura now with different A-Spec, Type Rs, those kinds of things. And I think that the possibility always exists that as we look at those and study them, we can make a good business case for it for the consumer and for us.
All right, John. Thanks again for taking the time to talk to us, and it's good seeing you.
As always.
And look forward to seeing you in New York.
Yeah, don't miss it.
We won't. So thanks a lot, and
Good.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks, man.
All right.